Hi everyone, welcome back to another edition, new and improved, of the Velvet Lounge Life. Thanks to all of you that watch these videos, comment on them, and give them a thumbs up. I was able to upgrade some of my equipment with some new camera stuff, with a ring light, which is, this lighting is so much better to deal with, and this little background book holder thingy, and I have some boards that are in the back that have the texture that look like wood. You'll be seeing that more in future videos, and so I wanted to bring you an extra treat. Yes, I still have the squeaky chair. Hey, it wouldn't be the Velvet Lounge Life without a squeaky chair. And I also want to answer a question that numerous people have asked me over time, and I missed this in the Q&A, and I apologize. They want to know why this channel is named the Velvet Lounge Life. I have answered this before, but it is named after our first dog, Velvet, who died many years ago. Like, I'm gonna say at this point it's probably almost 20 years ago, and she was the light of our lives. And then Maya came along, who is also the twin light of our lives, and now both dogs have crossed over the Rainbow Bridge after Velvet living 14 years and Maya living almost 17. So we've been very blessed with our dogs' longevity, and we miss them every single day. So why are we here? Like I said, I consider this a bonus video. So what I made is a card. I call these card holders, but you could put credit cards, business cards, gift cards, whatever kind of cards you want to put in these. They can also hold bills as far as money goes. So dollar bills, 20s, 50s, 100s, whatever you want to put in these. But I do want to go over and do a flip through of how I made them. So some of what you see is just some little bit of accoutrement to make the thumbnail pop. So I will remove the scissors and my French franc. This is actually a silver French franc. And can I tell, let's see the year? I don't remember what year this was from. They have a year because it has Napoleon on it. I don't remember what year it's from, but it's a silver French franc. I love this little cameosis, which is really a just a faux cameo, but it's actually a button cover. So featured in this, and people asked me about this sterling silver letter opener. I have a video short about that, so please check it out. So let's get going on this. So to make one of these, to me anyway, it is very simple. But there are a couple things you have to do to make sure that you don't have an issue putting the cards in and pulling them out, because over time you will have rips in areas where you don't want rips if you don't follow what I'm kind of instructing. And I'm pretty sure there are other ways to do this, so if you have any suggestions, please put them down in the comments. The whole idea of the projects that I do and I create are recycling and being able to do the majority of these projects without having to go out into the world and buy anything. You should be able to gather from, whether it's your own home or people you know, you go to, or even if you do buy anything, it's very, very little from like flea markets and leftovers and stuff like that. So these are cards that were left over from invitations. You know how you have these little cute envelopes? I have super fancy ones, but for this project I did use just these like plain sort of vanilla colored ones, and I have some that are even smaller. So these are, quite a bit smaller than the others. But what I did use was what I don't know how many inches this is. I should probably measure it for you, but it looks like it's about 4 inches by maybe 3.5 inches tall, so not large at all. And what you do to prepare the envelope is first you have to reduce the size of it a little bit in certain places. So the first thing I did is I cut off about 1.5 inches of the lip. You don't need that extra piece. Even if these were squared off, you only need about 1.5 inches, I would say 2 inches max of the lip of the envelope. Any more than that, it gets hard to intersect them and glue them together, and the issue really is with the gluing. The other thing that I do is you don't need like this little extra bit right here, because when you're putting your cards in and then pulling them out, this is a weak point. So you'll end up with I was going to say with rippage. That's pretty funny, but with rips there. So you just, butterfly that out. That's why I have my little scissors. And you just cut that off right there. And you cut it off right there. Now the other thing, and this is just the preparation portion of it. So the next thing that I do is these are barbell price stickers. So when you buy jewelry from I know my hands look terrible gardening, you guys. We're in New England preparing for winter. I've broken all of my nails, and I have not had a manicure in, I'm going to say probably 3-4 months, if not more. I do my own manicures, and I just haven't done it. And also, we are doing a gigantic family project it's gigantic. I will reveal it to you guys later, but it's worth my sacrifices of hand damage. Oh, and I have cuts too, so lots of cuts. But anyway, so these are in a sticker form. They're made of nylon. So it's almost like a material, and if I can focus, you might be able to see that they do have like a little bit of texture to them. But what I use these for in this project is to strengthen these corners. So and it also adds a little bit of decoration. I was watching Emily 2 on Netflix, and it's about Sherlock Holmes' sister. It's obviously, all this stuff is fictional, but I was making this project while watching that movie, and yeah, it was fun. So here, you space them evenly. I'm not doing this perfectly at this moment. And what I like to do is put these on all 4 corners. So it's, I think, an easy way to strengthen these corners. Like I said, you can use other materials if you please. And the reason that I put it here is because this goes down here. This will open up. You'll start getting rips here. So you don't want to put it here, but you want to put them right here. And I'm pretty sure you can get barbell price stickers from many different places. But I will put a link down below in the description and in the comments so that you can get them for like almost nothing. And I use these, these are great for other projects as well, and decorative elements. So you end up with something like this. The other thing to know is you can put stickers on top of this. You can draw on top of this. You could color on top of these. They will blend in pretty well. Or like I said, awesome decorative elements. You can imagine putting some brads in there, or even some of the stickers that are like those decorative dots could go on there. You could turn those into flowers, etc. So that's the setup of it. That's the most, to me anyway, the most laborious part of the project is just preparing the envelopes so that you can do whatever you want with them. So the next thing is inserting these envelopes into each other. I'm just cutting another one just to prepare it. This one will not be fully prepared. It's just for demonstration purposes. So what you have to do is put glue on the back of the lip only. Then what you have to do is insert it into the other envelope and let the folds of these envelopes meet, just like that. And when you're done, and I like to use, I'm going to say, I think in this one I used like maybe 12 to 14 sets like this. You can use more, you can use less. I will say that if you use more, you'll start getting like that football shape. So if you want that, totally fine. But if you want something a little flatter, obviously just don't use as many of these setups. And like I said, you will put your glue on this side of the flap, insert it, fold it down, you know, rub it in there. And then on this side of the flap, same thing with your glue. Yes, there's glue from the envelope there as well, but obviously that's not going to be enough to hold these, and you want to glue all of this together. And then you end up with a bunch of these. And then what you do with these is just like when you're making a regular junk journal, is you just put one on top of another until you have that book formation. And what I did with this one is I did create a little dangle with some buttons because this cute little ladybug button just had to be used. And to be honest, I enameled this. It actually was just a plain gold ladybug button, and I enameled it. And you can see it shank there and some other little accoutrements, this good luck Asian coin. And here I did use some twine, which I put through the binding. And yes, this is a sew-in binding. And what I did with the twine is I just did a simple loop stitch. I did it, not stitch, but knot. And I did that a couple times just to hold it in place. It's not, look, going anywhere. And that is how I keep this closed. However, I mean, it's not bad. You can add, add a tie if you want to. You can add a bungee cord band to this if you want to, or use nothing. Or of course you could use grommets and note paper hole thingies, whatever. There's a whole bunch of ways that you could close this up if you want an enclosure. If you don't want an enclosure, then you just end up with this cute little book, sort of like a journal looking card holder. So that is it. And here I only used 2 holes for the binding, just to let you know. So anyway, you take all of those setups that I just showed you how to make a couple minutes ago, you lay them one into another, and you end up with this. Of course, make your holes. And I actually used embroidery thread. It's super strong, multi-strand. You know me, I kind of swear by it. I can leave a link for that down below for you as well. I usually get approximately 100, I don't know what they're called, the little skeins. And I don't think I've ever paid over $20, which is incredibly, incredibly low. You just have to know where to look. And so that is what this looks like on the outside. Now, I went in with markers and watercolors and different things to prepare all of the prettyments of this. So this one is, it says kitchen witchery. And I just loved this cutout. So I used, I did some more roughing it up and, decorating the edges with my fancy cut scissors and coloring some things in. And some of this is already colored in. And you can also see the barbell price stickers a little bit, but they're underneath everything. And you can see where I could just like color right over this and it's not a big deal. And then on this side, when you open it up, you will see that I have more decoration. But like I said, this is meant to hold things and to be utilitarian, something you could drop into your bag, backpack, purse, whatever. and it's small enough where it can go into most things. I did add some extra features to this. I put this D on there because I made this for someone, and I included this little booklet of post-it notes. And then there's plenty of pockets within. There's a little bit of decoration here and there, because the other part about this is you could write on all of this clear space. So if you have a quick note, you're out in the world that you need to make, you have an appointment you want to write down, just use it. That's the whole idea, is use it. And you could even make one of these and date them so that, this could be your 2023 card holder, money holder, memory book, whatever you want to call it, and then make one for every year. And then this, kind of becomes like a historical miniature junk journal within itself. And cards that you have, if you went to the movies, a concert, whatever, you could keep some of those tickets and things in here as well. And I actually have made these for myself as an accompaniment to my junk journal. So like, you'll see my junk journal, and then one of these will be attached to it, especially after I'm done with it. Then I kind of use a ribbon to or even twine to kind of tie everything together. And it's dated, so when all these actions happen. And once again, various cutouts that I had, left over from different projects. Again, plenty of space all through this. And yes, when you open it up like this, one side you will be able to insert your cards, your money, your tickets, whatever. This side, think of it as a bulletin board, even though you do have this page as well. And we can just keep going. Here I just did a little bit of doodling, doodle away, add some stickers. Papillon. The Impossible Island. This was actually a cutout thing that someone had sent me. I don't know what these are, but I think they were pre-printed. So what I did with this is simply rounded the corners, and then I used a marker to make around the entire edge of this black. So other than having that white poke out from the paper. So it kind of just makes it look more complete. And then this is the center of it, so you can see the binding obviously going through here. And I just, went a little wild in here with some cool words, the person's initials, etc., etc. Look at the fancy dressed dogs, so cool, daisies. And then on this side, we have some more information, which is just, decorative. And the color you see here, I mostly used markers and colored pencils on this. So keep it simple, because like I said, you are going to be using this hopefully often. So you don't want to put your best of the absolute, if you have a sticker or let's say a piece of ephemera from 1823, you might want to use it in this, but if it's super rare and super special to you, you might not want to use it in something that's going to take a little bit of wear and tear. And you can see, where these barbells are. Oh, and the other thing I did is just with these markers, just went down the middle so that each section has, even if there's like nothing there, let's see if I could find a plain one, you do have a little tiny splash of color. Because it was kind of naked without it, I felt. And yes, I took my stickers and I did not just stick them on the page. In some cases, I stuck them and folded them over. So they did double duty. Some overlapping happening here, aka collaging a little bit, like a very little bit. To me, this really isn't meant to be something that's overly decorative. So it's meant, like I said, to be used, written in, etc. So, but do you, obviously. This is a Keith Haring sticker. And obviously we have to note who it was created by, please remember to subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up. And here I have another extra feature, which is a notebook. So this is simply a miniature notebook. I don't know where I got, I think I purchased a wallet or something, and it had and this is, I'm telling you, I've had this notebook probably for like, I'm going to say 20 years. And finally I did something with it because in our house, everything is kind of organized. So if you need a notebook, guess what? They're all in one place. And so I was looking for a notebook for something else, and I saw this miniature one in there. I was like, you know what? I'm going to put that into my little card holder. And then here you have, you know, I hate evil and love good. Please vote. And then here we have this cute little froggy, which doesn't even fit in with the motif of this, but so what? That's the whole idea of making these journals in different accompaniments, is that you know, want to have fun with it. So I thought, you know, at the very end of this, that would be like kind of hilarious. And yes, I did like hand write in some words here and there, not a big deal. And then on the back, this super surprise, which I thought was very cool. So that is it. Please let me know if you will make one of these, if you have any questions. I don't normally, you know, create how-to videos, like going through everything with each and every single step. This time I added a little bit of how-to to this. I hope that you guys like that. Usually I just show you like my completed projects, but this is one that is so easy and I don't really see people doing it a lot, and I wanted to share it with you guys because the other thing is the holiday season is coming up regardless of what you celebrate. Hanukkah, Diwali, Kwanzaa, Christmas, you know, maybe you don't necessarily celebrate any of those in any religious way. You just like the holiday season like I do. This is a great stocking stuffer, you guys. Or if you have that person who appreciates and respects quality handmade items, this is a really good one, especially because the other thing you could do with this is you make it, but also add in a photograph or, you know, pieces of memories that you've had with that person, and it will make that stocking stuffer even more special. So thank you for tuning in. Please remember to subscribe, thumbs up. Thank you to everyone that has been, you know, so kind. I really appreciate it. And there's a few people that have asked, you know, how can I send you something? Down in the comments below, and I will even put this in, and it's always in the description, will be my contact information. And I really thank you from the bottom of my heart. Remember that your health is your wealth. Without your health, you have absolutely nothing. So please take care of yourselves.